Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to Games and Video Games TV. I'm your host, as always, Real Steel. So, this week is our first inaugural video of the channel. And I just want to say, I'm hoping that with this channel, we can create some content that is maybe not as prevalent in the gaming community right now. And that is gaming and fitness lifestyle together content. I'm a gamer myself, I'm a streamer. I stream, anywhere between 6 to 8 hours, probably around 5 days a week. That's a lot of time of gaming. That's a lot of time gaming. But it doesn't mean that you can't still take care of yourself physically, nutritionally, and improve your fitness. So here's the deal. I think that a lot of people in this gaming community would like to go to the gym more and would like to go to the gym confidently, knowing what they're going there to do. And that's what I'm hoping we can bring this channel is get some content to other gamers like myself that might not know what they want to do when they go to the gym. And let me tell you, someone who started working out and went through that whole process, when you go to the gym and you don't really know what you want to do, you can start feeling awkward really, really fast. And it's not because you don't like yourself, it's not because you're not confident. It's just because, there's a lot of people there and you don't want to look stupid. Like who wouldn't want to look stupid? So, anyway, I'm hoping that we can bring you guys some good information that you can use in your daily lives. And I'm really hoping that you guys enjoy these videos. Now, that being said, if you like the video, please like the video. And if you want to see more content, please subscribe. We hope to have you with us on this journey. Now, let's get into the meat of the video and let's talk about some back training. Alright guys, so this first slowed down clip is actually not part of the workout. I'm just going to be demonstrating the 3 motions that we're going to be focusing on while training our back today to hit the muscles we want to hit. This first motion I'm going to do is called horizontal pulling. This is going to be your basic row motion, right? Hand position does not matter. Can be supinated, can be pronated. Basically, we're focusing on retracting that scapula, driving that elbow through the side, keeping a tall chest. The second movement is going to be our vertical pull. This is an example of a pull up, lat pull down, if you will. Once again, keeping a tall chest, our torso is going to be slightly extended, and we're going to force that elbow down to our side, focusing on using those muscles in our back to pull down that shoulder blade, right? Okay. So now this last movement is a movement we don't always typically think about while we're training. It's called lateral flexion of the torso. So what we're doing is we're kind of retracting that scapula, yet we're almost using our lat to drive our elbow or our shoulder blade down to our side, right? A lot of people probably think about this movement using your obliques, which is part of your core, right? But we're using our lat here to pull that shoulder blade in, to suck it in towards our side. All right, I'm going to get into the main workout now, guys, and I will refer to those movements again. All right, guys, so this first movement we're doing in the workout is called a Pendlay row. In my opinion, is the only true barbell row that focuses on using solely the back. So here, we're keeping the hips silent, we're bracing in the torso, keeping a neutral spine, and we're driving those elbows back through the side, retracting that scapula. This movement will have your back screaming, but you have to make sure to not kip the weight in any way. It has to be all in the back. Now, the second movement we're doing is called a pull-up assist. Now, you might be thinking, why would you do assisted? Why wouldn't you do it body weight? Well, here's the deal. When you place your pull-ups as your second movement, sometimes it's better to do a lat pull-down or a pull-up assist, in my opinion. We can get a nice full range of motion. We're pulling our clavicle or our collarbone all the way to the bar, and we're getting a nice full contraction, squeezing those shoulder blades together, focusing on controlling both sides of the movement. The third and final movement that we selected for this video today is a single arm row. Now, you can do this with a dumbbell or a pulley system, but I chose to do it on a seated pulley system here today. You'll notice a few things I'm doing here. Obviously, keeping a neutral spine. We're not getting too crazy, bending over and arcing our back at all. And we're focusing on driving that elbow through the side, but we're also focusing on that lateral flexion component we talked about earlier. When I'm rowing and pulling that shoulder blade back and driving that elbow through, I'm also focusing on really flexing my side, really pulling that shoulder down towards my hip. This is just an extra degree of activation of that lat that you just can't really get with any other type of movement. And it's one of the main reasons why I just absolutely adore single arm rows, especially on a pulley system like this. We're just really, really tensing up there, just really contracting that lat. All right, guys. So we went over all the movements. Now we're getting to get into a little section. We're just going to talk about exercise selection, why I'm doing the movements I'm doing, so that maybe you can understand and apply it to your workouts. What's up, guys? I just want to touch on a few things before we go here today. So, in the video, the first movement I did was the Pendlay row. The second movement I did is the pull up assist. And the third movement I did is a single arm pulley row. Now, the reason I perform Pendlay rows over other variations of the row is because I truly believe that the Pendlay row is the best and only variation of the barbell row that you should be doing if you're interested in growing your back and interested in performing movements the way they're meant to be performed. The reason why I don't like other variations of the row is because they use a lot of other body parts and body English. Now, so we're talking about Yates row or something of that nature. If you don't know what it is, you can go look it up. You will be like, yes, I've seen people do that before. So the reason why I dislike the Yates row is because it uses a lot of hips and a lot of low back in place of actually moving that scapula, fully protracting and retracting that scapula. You're sacrificing a lot of tension on those muscles or weight in that movement versus the Pendlay row where you might sacrifice some weight, but the actual total amount of work that you're doing on those muscles in your mid and upper back is going to be a lot more beneficial. And I can promise you that full ranges of motion are always the best when it comes to lifting. Um, so the pull-up assist is going to be a similar reason. The reason why I performed a pull-up assist in this workout as opposed to body weight or weighted pull-up is because the pull-up assist allowed me, even though the movement was second in my workout and I was already fatigued, it still allowed me to complete a full range of motion for a high number of repetitions. I was aiming for that 12, 15, sometimes even 20 repetition range on this movement. And it's not possible to get there if you are super fatigued and then you try and do a heavy pull up. A heavy pull up, you're going to end up getting 2 or 3 repetitions and then you'll be like, wow, I'm tired. So the pull up assist allows us to do a lot of repetitions. It allows us to pull that clavicle all the way to the pull up bar and stretch those lats all the way at the bottom. Now, the single arm pulley row, the reason why I love this movement is because I can place it at the end of my workout and I can just really focus on protracting and retracting my scapula and then also throwing in some lateral flexion like you saw there at the end, which really, really just has your lats and the muscles surrounding your scapula screaming after you've done 2 other movements before that. So I hope this video helped you guys have a good idea of what you want to do the next time you go to the gym to train back. And if you have any questions about the movements, I can get into further detail about muscle movers and the primary movers and how the muscles work with the scapula. I just don't want to get into all that in these videos because these videos are, supposed to be meant for people who are trying to figure out what they want to do when they go to the gym, how to do the movements, not to talk about anatomical jargon and talk about how the muscles are actually working with the scapula. But if you have questions about things like that, you are totally free to ask that in the comments below and I will answer. All right, thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video and we'll see you in the next one.